Alrighty, welcome everybody. We got some more black-white control here. Let's get into it. I did add a few tap lands. I noticed we were getting flooded pretty often. So I did I cut a few lands and added some flip-sided lands. I'm gonna be greedy and keep this. I'm not. Alright, so these, the dual-sided lands. So technically we have 21 lands in the main deck now instead of 24. But with these, we actually have 25, so. Bottom of the Faceless Haven. Righty. Take my Meathook here. Main deck duress. Usually means they're playing some sort of token deck, but they're just a control deck. Blue black, yeah. An Eyetwitch here. Around Drawers Disruption because we can. My Science is here. End of the turn. Alright, we got a lot of our little cards. We just need a big kind of payoff now. Alright. Field in our field. Go and Shambling Ghast. 4. Terrible, huh? Tear Rid. It's a powerful card. Alright, we need a non-land card, please, deck. Alright, so mill, that's interesting. I didn't want any of those anyway. Interesting. Alright, at least they don't have. I think Tear Grid is discard or sacrifice, yeah. Alrighty. Get in for a bunch. Opponent dies. Take that. That's what you get for playing mill. Dirty mill players. You die. Alright, what do we want to bring in? Some check for traps, maybe some go blanks. It's kind of our typical control sideboarding. Usually cut some removal spells. Would kill Infernal Grasp, Meathook Massacre. And then a few of these. Just around the edges. Alright, let's try that. Although opponent is slightly different, right? They're not a typical control deck. They're mill, Terra Grid, weird stuff. I guess. I don't know. I don't know. Alright, opponent doing their sideboarding. Taking a while. They don't know how they're sideboarding against us, so you gotta think carefully about it. Alright, they are ready. Finally. Finally. On the draw. This is the tough game. Yeah, I guess we'll keep... So these are the two lands we added. Lands that aren't lands. I might 1/3 here. Go blank, huh? Well, we're gonna go blank you, opponent. Play the swamp in case they have another go blank. There's just blanking going on all around. Alright, land rubber. Get a land. Soaring Thought Thief, sure. Yeah. Maybe go into sciences here. Probably gonna deadly dispute this. This opponent is just straight up mill. They're in diamond plain mill. Thanks, we didn't want those cards, opponent. Resolve. We're gonna sack the professor here, actually. It doesn't attack very well. My turn. Alright, let's get in for one. Let's see if they block. They do. They got us. Target myself. Tap land, pass. We get Edgar next turn. So this probably is going to go to game 3. I don't know. They have 2 power on board. I guess it'll be 4. But if it does go to game 3, now we know that they are just like a rogue stack. Alright, I like that. We're not blocking. Interesting. I'm gonna feel pretty embarrassed if we lose to this, to be quite honest. Like, roast does not seem good enough. Not at all. Playing draft uncommons. I guess like that's not completely fair. There's some good cards. Right, like opponents in diamond. They're not completely new. They can keep their 1/3. Alright, I think they're... Well, they have to block or they're dead, I think, at this point. Alright. This is a vampire. It's kind of cute. Anytime there's a lord that buffs your stuff. Alright, well... Opponent, we've got 4 cards in hand plus another removal spell. Alright, GG's. I mean, I got pretty close. We got 23 cards left in our library. The last game we played, we just got completely trounced, right? We drew a ton of lands. It just everything seemed to go wrong. This game, like, the opposite happened. Our opponent's drawn 7, 9 lands and discarded 2. Yes, we have 9 lands too. Alright. It's hard to like evaluate games like that. Like, opponent's playing an off-meta deck. A deck that I don't particularly think is very good. I mean, I loved rogues in the last format, right? It's pretty much everything I like. I like flashy tempo style decks. I just don't think rogues is good enough right now. So it's hard to like say that was a good or bad match. But I mean, it felt fine. Our deck, I really like the addition of the flip lands. I think that was a good inclusion. Right, these things. So in the next video, I'll do another deck because I have made a few changes since the original one. So I like those changes, and that felt good. So we'll evaluate that rather than the match. I appreciate you watching. If you liked the video, hit that like button, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. It really helps out a lot. And yeah, I'll see y'all soon.